All right, we're back. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Giants. Mickey, don't call me Mantle, Gasper up at the plate right now. Homered 3 straight games against the D-backs. I want to ask you this, Pat, because obviously the infamous Bryce Harper incident was about hustling. And Willson Contreras has now gotten booed at Fenway Park 2 different times for not, in my opinion, it's not running through the bag. I think because he's on a bad hammy right now, his right hamstring is not good. I don't know how many fans are aware of that. But there's been 2 incidents now where he just veers off and goes back into the dugout, and he's gotten booed for that. As a fan, I'm looking at that, and if it's going to be an automatic out, it's a routine play, ground ball in the infield, and we're talking like a simple, just run. If he were to run through the bag at 60%, he doesn't get booed for not going 100%. I think it's the optics of veering off versus running through the bag. What do you think?
Yeah, I really. This is one thing today that I'm going to completely agree on you with. Jason Varitek used to tell me that. It's a matter of running through the base. And even when Jason Varitek was running on fumes, he still ran through the base just because he didn't want the fans to think that he was giving up, because he knew what the perception was by not running through the base. But it's a different situation with me and Bryce Harper, where we were in a playoff race. We had team meetings about running balls out, hustling. There needed to be more effort being put forward. And so this is he wasn't hurt. Willson was hurt. Totally different situation. So I can lean more on the side of Willson Contreras in this situation, just because he's spoken with his coaches, his teammates as well know, hey, my 70% of what I'm giving you every night is better than most guys' 100%. So I'm going out there on a bad hammy. So just know that I'm trying to protect that as much as I can. So that's all he's doing.
No doubt. I mean, we're quite literally in the dog days of summer. They were in a stretch of whatever it was, 16 games in 16 days. They just had their first off day in two plus weeks yesterday. And guys are playing banged up. And, I think we've had this conversation before about the Red Sox turnaround. Through June 24th, they were tied with the Rockies for the least amount of wins in Major League Baseball. From June 25th on, they went on the 32-5 run, and people were like, well, what's the biggest difference? Did Roman come back? Did Crochet come back? Did they get healthy? Did the offense start to pick it up? What was the big difference? And really, it was the exact same team. It was not a matter of, getting healthy or what have you. But I think the big change was they found their identity. And I think it started with Caleb Durbin and his pinky snapping, and the next day he's in the lineup and gets a big hit, drives in a run. And I think that's kind of been their mentality is we're going to get dinged up. We're going to be tired. There's going to be day games after night games, but I'm going to post. I'm going to be in the lineup. And they've gotten contributions from every man on that roster. And obviously there's been guys that have been up from Worcester that have come up and contributed and been able to eat the bullet out of the bullpen. If they're, to save the pen, here's, some random dude from Worcester throwing 3 innings just to save the rest of the guys. I mean, it's been a full team contribution, but I think a big part of that identity has been playing through it, and that's what Wilson's trying to do.
Yeah, and I think Sadon, come on, man.
He's back to swinging at everything again.
He had a 2-0 pitch right down the middle that he doesn't swing at, and then he swings at the pitcher's pitch. He's better than that now. Come on, baby. You got to get back in your zone looking for your pitches, kid. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about that before that? Don just got me off track.
The team identity and playing through injuries and whatnot.
I think that a big part of it too, Jared, was early on. There you go, Willier. There you go. I need first and third. There you go.
I feel like Nick Sogard is your type of ball player, like on the position player side.
Him.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him. I love the way he plays the game. I love the way he goes about his business. Just steady Eddie, baby. I love it. But, you know, a big part of their identity that you were talking about earlier, Jared, was that, you know, early on in the season, you put up 2 or 3 runs on them, they were cooked.
Yeah.
They had this give up about them that, man, we're not coming back from this. And so I think that the fight was instilled a little bit more that, hey, we got to go fight every out, every pitch, every last inning. And they said, we're gonna play that way. We're going to play every out. We're going to play every chance that we get to score runs. And so, you know, that's their identity now. And you look at them now, they're not out of any game. They don't think they're out of any game.
And usually they're not. They either come back, tie that game, lose, come back, win that game, or they will have the tying or winning run at the plate in the 9th inning at the very least. So
yeah,
there's been very few games that they've lost that they didn't have a chance to at least win. They're not getting blown out pretty much ever.
No. Looks like my guy here, Logan Webb, looks like his arm angle.
There it goes! WC-40! To Lansdowne Street. It's a 3-run bomb, Pat! What did I tell you?
It, baby.
What did I tell you, Pat?
You called it, baby.
450 feet, 116 off the bat. A 3-run bomb for Willson Contreras gives the Sox a 3-1 lead.
Baptize that ball on the Mass Avenue, baby.
That's the second time I've done that.
Yeah, good call right there, man. That was, I'm sure they're going to show this again. I was just about to say, it looks like Logan Webb's arm slot is just a little bit lower, a little bit down, which creates
he
a
just
little
missed
bit
it
of,
right before that.
Yeah. But he's not getting on top of baseball, Logan Webb. He definitely didn't get on top of that baseball because that baseball didn't sink. It spun horizontally. Let's see what we got here. Ball.
San Francisco is out of challenges.
Dude, that ball was destroyed. That's like, you want to talk about Manny Ramirez. That was the type of home run that he was hitting back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I grew up watching Manny, and I still think he was one of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time. And to
I agree with you.
Like, his swing, Manny's swing is perfect. And it's almost like a swing and a stance. They're like fingerprints. Like, they're all unique to me, but having Manny's be so perfect, and that was like kind of like my introduction between like Nomar and Manny for like right-handed swings. It's been so long since I've seen a right-handed power swing satisfy me in the same way that Manny's did growing up. And Willson Contreras' swing, which, by the way, I don't know if you remember this, Pat, but back when Willson Contreras was in the minors with the Cubs, Manny was a player coach. So Willson kind of grew up himself learning from Manny Ramirez in the minor leagues. Like, that's who was kind of like teaching him.
Yes, I did know that. And I will say, get through, Adley. There you go, kid. Keep them going. Keep them going, baby. I will say that there are some a few similarities between Manny's swing and Willson Contreras' swing and the balance that they have at the plate when they do swing. Their balance is very similar. and they both finish up high. So, yeah, I mean, I guarantee you there's no question about it that Willson Contreras took some things from Manny Ramirez, the greatest right-handed hitter in the history of the game, in my opinion.
You know who else kind of had like a Manny Ramirez swing and finish was Javi Baez, another guy that played for the Iowa Cubs when Manny was a player coach. It was funny, like guys that played with Manny, under Manny, whatever you want to say, because that was actually in his contract. When Theo Epstein signed Manny, I believe, I can't remember what year it was, 15 maybe, I want to say. It was in his contract that no matter how good you're hitting at AAA, you're not allowed to be called up to the big leagues. There was like a refusal to call him up. It's like, we will let you play in AAA, but you can hit 500 with a 2,000 OPS, and you're not allowed to get called up. But he rubbed elbows with guys like Javi Baez.
Why was that?
I don't know. It was just in the contract.
That sounds crazy to me.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, here you have a guy like Willson Contreras. You can see the similarities.
So maybe that home run will hush the booze for a little bit longer.
Caleb Durbin on the right side.